The third generation Toyota Sequoia, the full size, actually the biggest body on frame Toyota SUV in the world, made in San Antonio, Texas. It came out in the second half of 2022 as a 23 model year one, about a year and a half, I guess you could say, after the Tundra, its stablemate, was launched for the United States market. The interiors are pretty much identical. Powertrain, well, you just get one. And is that going to stay the same for the Sequoia here in 2026 model year? We do have some updates, and let's get into them. If you're excited for any updates to the Sequoia, hit the like button. And then we'll look, once we go over these updates, we'll look at my area at 25 to see if there are any deals going on the full-size SUV. Capstone interior updated with Shale premium textured leather trim. This is exact same update we got for the new Tundra about an hour ago. That makes sense. They're essentially the same vehicle. One's a pickup truck, one's an SUV. Wavemaker, of course, for the TRD Pro color. Limited models will transition to leather trimmed seats instead of Softex, would be my guess. Standard hybrid. All right, so we're not getting any changes to the 436.7 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque, twin turbo V6 hybrid. Towing capacity of 9,500 pounds. Power folding third row seats are now standard on all grades. And it doesn't look like you're going to get a standard twin turbo V6 with a 10-speed auto. It's still standard hybrid twin turbo V6, no V8s, no inline sixes, just one powertrain here. You can get it in rear wheel drive actually on SR5 Unlimited, but four wheel drive is available on SR5 Unlimited, and 4x4 or four wheel drive, should I say, is standard on 1974 Platinum, TRD Pro, and Capstone grades. Just like the Tundra, still keeping Safety Sense 2.5 around, while most of Toyota's lineup is well past 2.5 Toyota Safety Sense. So looking at Sequoias in my area, man, they've gotten expensive, but I want to see what kind of trims I can find here. SR5, well, there's hardly any. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. It doesn't mean that the SR5s have the highest take rate. So there's just like, maybe most of them are pre-sold. That's a possibility. And so you just have these higher trim, more expensive trims sitting around. And there's just like, there's none on the ground within 150 miles of me. All right. That's just allocated. They could be pre-sold. What about TRD Pro? TRD Pros cost about 83, 84 grand. What about a limited? That's about 80 grand essentially. 1794, about 85 grand. And Capstone, the range topper, coming in at about $88,000. I don't think there are any deals to be had on this vehicle. There are hardly any. Guys, look at this. Let me deselect this. There are 75 Sequoias within 150 miles from me. I mean, to give you an idea, there are more Siennas in my area, which is the fastest selling car in the United States with an average sell time of only 20 days. There are more of these sitting around than there are Sequoias. That's pretty crazy. Sequoia is such a niche vehicle, full-size body on frame. And people who want those full-size body and frames for families, it's hard to admit it, but the Suburban or the Tahoe XL, you just get way more stuff in the back of those, and they come with a V8. All right, so Sequoia, the problem with it is that it's too small for the American market. Ironically, it's not that much bigger than like a Grand Highlander. Honestly, it's probably less usable than a Grand Highlander for moving people and things, but it has this ability to tow like 9,000 pounds, right? It's just a really strange vehicle. It's a very small niche, and you would think that this vehicle would be doing well here in the United States. And I don't know if it is or isn't. There's just hardly any available. Another vehicle I'd much rather have than this, a Suburban. I already mentioned that, but the Nissan Armada. Nissan Armada can be had for way less money than the Sequoia. The twin-turbo V6 is better than Toyota's twin-turbo V6. It's more spacious on the inside. I'm not going to say it looks better. I think they both look great. In some ways, the Patrol / Armada looks better than the Sequoia, but I'd be taking this and like not even a hesitation. Look, the Platinum Armada here is $73K. And if you look like at a Capstone, they're almost $90K. That makes no sense. Nissan Armada, far better vehicle, far better powertrain. It would probably smoke it off-road because this is essentially a Land Cruiser. I know the Sequoia is good off-road, but it's not Land Cruiser good. This is. This competes against the Land Cruiser 300 series. So big fan of the Armada. I'd be taking over the Sequoia. I'd be taking a Suburban over the Sequoia. Who is the Sequoia for? It's for Toyota diehards that want to have a hybrid because that's your only option here. All right. It's very compromised space-wise, and it's so expensive. If you could find them for around $60K, then it would be a solid buy, but they're just too expensive to recommend. I mean, again, let's go ahead and lowest price here. $75K for a base Sequoia. I can get a fully loaded Platinum. That one's a 2-wheel drive, but you can essentially get a fully loaded, a Pro 4X. That would be sick too. I'd take a Pro 4X over a TRD Pro Sequoia any day of the week. I got to shut it down there. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if the Sequoia got enough updates for you guys. All right. It seems like they're just catering to the Capstone people and the limited, just the high-end trims here. So it's still going to be, I hardly ever see any Sequoias on the road. They're just not that desirable compared to the competition from my point of view. But let me know. What do you think about the Sequoia? Do you think it has enough cargo space? Do you think it has what it needs to compete? All right. It's gorgeous. I think it has a very handsome front end. It has a good powertrain, but the entry price is just so high on it. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the comments. I still don't have pricing on the 26 model. You know it's going to be more expensive than these 25s. So, all right. I got to shut it down. Have a great day and peace.